the snow, the rain, the ups and downs. My name. My name is my name, power and glory, I never change. Stand on loyalty, reaping the same what you mean. Speak on my name, you go to war with me. We move the same, think that it's for me. Running the game, kicking the door with me. All through the pain, the snow, the rain, the ups and downs. My name, they more for me. You won't see it coming, I move like a crook, a thief in the night. So watch what you put, my aim precise. These bullets 12 inches long, a block away I could take off the foot. Ask me no questions if you know my stance. Bitch, I'm the man, so thanks in advance. They mean a rifle on top of a tripod. If they ever tell you I was taking a stand, think I run up on me, but I'm way too advanced. Spinning with choppers, turn you into a fan. Can show you the steps, but won't hold your hands. They thought they could stop me, it ain't go as planned. How I get this far, cause I took a chance. Really got rank, keeping it a band. This ain't what you think, better think again. This ain't what you think, you better think again. My name is my name, power and glory, I never change. Stand on loyalty, remain the same. Say what you mean, speak on my name, you go to war with me. We move the same, you think that it's for me. Running the game, kicking the door with me. All through the pain, the snow, the rain, the ups and downs. My name, they more for me. My name is my name, power and glory, I never change. Stand on loyalty, remain the same. Say what you mean, speak on my name, you go to war with me. We move the same, you think that it's for me. Running the game, kicking the door with me. All through the pain, the snow, the rain, the ups and downs. My name, they more with the war with the real, the fake, the snake, the mobsters. Blame it on y'all created this monster. Went to war with the real, the fake, the snake, the mobsters. Blame it on y'all created this monster. Went to war with the real, the fake, the snake, the mobsters. Blame it on y'all created this monster. Went to war with the real, the fake, the snake, the mobsters. Blame it on y'all created this monster. I'm a noble figure. Local niggas, they be so offended. What's word? That's global business.
Hold on. Let me ask y'all a question. All y'all niggas in the same school and all that?
Hell, fuck yeah.
So none of y'all niggas smoke weed?
Fuck no.
Don't fold if you say you win it. I was molded to it, now I'm can't control, this the highest limit. Killing shit, but this an honest living. Gotta get it, ain't no time for wishing. The time is now, better pay attention. In my city, you can feel the tension. A terror squad, no pun intended. This ain't for you, but I recommend it. They know we coming, better clear the entrance. Shit get deep, but I keep digging. This how I look when you keep winning. Overtime, I had to take the hint. Shine bright, sit behind the scenes. 1-on-1, I ain't in the mix. Ain't what you thought, better get a glimpse. Came up from a pedal bike. Pressing brakes, I ain't never liked. Whole time I was taking risks. They don't play with me cause they know I'm going nice. Round form, I ain't even started. Transform, I ain't here to bargain. You on watch, better move with caution. Chains on me, I don't do this often. No error, this shit flawless. Reach for it, you become a target. It ain't worth it, better keep walking. All I know is survival. All this fashion is tribal. Want the head of my rival. This about to go viral. I say the word, then it's final. To get the moving like Brian told. I'm just living my title. Do this shit with my eyes closed. All I know is survival. All this fashion is tribal. Want the head of my rival. It's about to go viral. Say the word, then it's final. Get the moving like Brian told. I'm just living my title. Do this shit with my eyes closed. Don't wanna hear all that street shit. Me and my niggas on defense. Wonder who I was in my past life. Don't even matter, that peep this. Remember the days when I was a trooper. Stay on the path and it won't confuse you. Bars all, I'm the one to do it. I roll on ace like a flight maneuver. Try to trick me, I ain't never moving. Camouflage, I can blend into it. They better ride, I don't do the Ubers. Let them talk, I don't hear the rumors. A little suffer ain't really nothing. The way I stop it, better play the trumpet. You see me coming, better get the running. If they see me coming, better get the running. You ain't never seen it, you ain't never witnessed, you ain't never noticed, you ain't never focused. I was really waiting, I was really training. Sick and tired of being patient. I ain't never doubted, this was in the making. Use what I got, not in the wasting. Rapping and singing can never drink it, but I'm from the bottom, so I gotta make it. This ain't rapping, it's a damn warning. Late night to the early morning. Got a vision, I planned it out. Try to stop me, but I kept going. I studied plays, now I'm in the game, and it's all the same, but I had to change. You'll never crash if you in your lane. I can take the loss, cause it's all a game.
Yo, when Casamigos be in English? Drunk.
All I know is survival. All this fashion is tribal. Want the head of my rival. This about to go viral. Say the word, then it's final. Get the moving like pronto. I'm just living my title. Do this shit with my eyes closed. All I know is survival. All this fashion is tribal. Want the head of my rival. It's about to go viral. Say the word, then it's final. Get the moving like pronto. I'm just living my title. Do this shit with my eyes closed.
Hold on. Be careful, you hear me? Be careful. Watch your damn feet. You hear me? You ain't no Christians out here. Watch yourself. If something happened to you, watch yourself.
Riding just to crash out. Wet full of crash dummies. 10 racks in the wheel. That was on gas money. Chopper got a round of applause if they act funny. I be here in that with a crown, but I'm still hungry. Never was the type to be a lie. Let's get the business straight. I pray you niggas get me cross the line, then we demonstrate. I ain't even wanna rap it. Damn, we could use the bag. Talking about how I used to be that boy that was in the past. Played the cut, jumped up in my bag. Let's see who gon' last. See the snakes, and you let it slide, you ain't cut the grass. If we can't be friends, then fuck it, let's be enemies. Niggas weird, catching attitudes, bitch, tendencies. They say they're looking for me, I'm in the mix, where the winners mix. Playmaker, trying to get a sack, different energy. I don't like it and you see why. I'm launching like Eli. The world on my back with 2 clips in my Levi's. Sitting high, I can tell you where the angels live. I don't give a fuck of who you are, I feel like David did. Story ain't nothing shorter than glory, man, I came to win. All my life I knew I was something special, they hated it. Pressure bust pipes, I hold it down like an anchor. Never see myself as a regular, I had to change up. Shout out to the powers above that show me the ropes. With the same rope, I hate this rat shit by the throat. Don't ever get me involved with the he say, she say. Cause I'ma think none of y'all official, then I press play. Living by law, by code, by structure. Niggas think they flip until the hawk meet the hunter. I owe this to the Lord and I put that on my cover. Never try my honor, father, never switch up on my brothers. Never try to imitate, eliminate anything that's in the way. Reciprocate, you draw, we gon' illustrate. Let's demonstrate, you lost, we gon' celebrate, you featherweight. I can't even resonate, I separate myself and I got activated. They was fascinated, how I broke it down and renovated. I was underestimated, clearly.
Westworld.
You already know what it is.
I mean, you ain't gotta pay no price of buying no corners. Since when do we buy corners? We take corners.
Man, you won't buy one way or another.
Whether it's if the bodies we don't lost or you're gonna lose.
Time in the joint is behind us or ahead of us. I mean, you gonna get some shit in this game, but ain't shit for free. I mean, how many corners do they need? How much money can a nigga make? More than a nigga can spend. And then we ain't gonna be around to spend what we done made already.
Shit, I didn't think I could be around this long.
Yeah. Well, we here.
Yeah. I know a nigga murked his own man cause he was fucking on his bitch. He got booked, now she's sick. She out here sucking all these. Told my young boy to chill cause he was hitting all these licks. Now he resisted, now we 6 feet. He was thinking with his dick. Better hearken, youngin' man. I'm dropping gems, they call me old school. Gon' fed on the gram and who you shot and who you gon' shoot. 600 page indictment, nigga, what you gon' do? Up top with them lifers, you don't fight, all you do is shoot. I know them crackers mad as hell because they wanna see is dead. Plotting our demise, holding counsel just to stay ahead. This one was just forever. We gon' paint them nations red. If you not under this banner, then you all dudes mad. Man, I'm from the trenches, they ain't know it, show us love. All we know is extensions in the way to throw a slug. We done made a move on you and we don't care who it was. On the gram, I saw my youngest send a nigga up above. You would've thought me and the squad was fatigue, how we run shit. Better yet, that saw block. Better yet, that saw strip. My general said if it's not one West, then it's not legit. Fuck every cracker, go to their grave and go and take the piss. Mama, I'm the Israel. I'm pulling strings like Santana. Gotta peep the blitz because in that mixer, get bananas. I adapted to it. Right before the skis and went bandanas. I'm the big bad wolf, come down your chimney like I'm Santa. Pussy niggas said that they was going slide, but they ain't do shit. Got a couple hammers in the ride, don't make me bang shit. Got a couple crackers on my mind, I'm trying to hang shit. Yeah, I'm in the field, I'm still pissed about the slave ships. Daniela got some big shit to make a rain flip. This pump turn you to an echo back with these backflips. Mom said 12s at you questions, but not say shit. Mom said don't neighbors ask you questions, but not say shit. I'm true to this. Ask your old head. I ain't new to this. I'm too legit. Did one West world and we running this. I'm gunning it. Advise every cracker to be intelligent, irrelevant. For all them fake camps that we ain't marching with. This clip that I got like holy water, I'm trying to throw it on you. You pledge your allegiance to them snakes, they turn for you on you. Pillhead / crash dumps, I keep it real with you. You told me you don't trust none of them niggas, and that's a real issue. I don't give a fuck, you wantin' beef or want you all dead. That before the sign, the same words that Paul said. Clip full of racist motherfuckers, it got bald heads. This shit that I got dumping at your ear like some skull heads. Why you trying to claim the same wreck that your man's dead? Y'all was sign lacking, main reasons why your guy's dead. Always gotta keep one in the head before I go to bed. Fuck a DJ Khaled, this one West, this what God did, nigga. One West, bro. Nah, we coming, nigga. Not tripping. Tighten the fuck up, you heard?
All right, clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. All right, shalom, shalom. Y'all by Shem Yahshua Kathar. Why Yahweh Shemal Athar by Shem Yahushai. This is Officer Abraham of the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Started out of 1 West 125th Street. Under Commanding General Yohana, the rightful leader of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You understand? If you're not in the Isupk, you're not in the truth, period. You understand? And now, you know what I'm saying? Like breaking it down from what's going on in Israel, man. K out of one, send you one last story over here. One last story. Did you hear about the cat from Black Ink Crew that said that he liked to he liked to do things, he liked to do homosexual things in the bedroom. You know what I'm saying? For all y'all Black Ink Crew people that like to look at Black Ink Crew, you know what I'm saying? This cat is saying, I don't know if that's gonna reach you though, but this is from off. Let me see. How can I get it to you?
It's like if I could.
Go ahead.
But that whole gay lifestyle is everywhere, being pushed everywhere, right? I was looking at a video game with the X-Men, the Marvel comics,
right?
The Spider-Man joint, and they had the rainbow flag all up in that joint. You know, watching a video game, it's made for kids,
right?
And they got the rainbow flag,
and they trying to push homosexuality up in the what, the X-Men?
Yeah.
Man, look here, this place, man, this place is going fast. That's why tonight's class, which is just a reiteration of what General Muhammad was bringing out earlier in the week. You know what I'm saying about what Congress admitted. You know what I'm saying? Congress admitted something that was profound. If you know what I'm saying, if you were watching the classes, you know what I'm saying, the Isupk have been saying that the chariots of the Lord are those unidentified flying objects. You understand? What Congress have already said. If you didn't believe it, if you thought that we were crazy out on the street corner, I know you that craziness had to be dispelled a little bit when Donald Trump introduced the Space Force to the world. Like, this is actually a reality. Like, the U.S. government has branched off another branch of the of their military to say, look, we're going to include space battles. We're going to include space confrontations in space, just like you grew up looking at Star Wars. You understand? Star Wars. It was wars in the stars. That was the whole point. You understand? And man, and the U.S. done admitted that they've been studying these they don't even call them UFOs anymore. They call them, UAVs, UAFs, or something like that. Unidentified autonomous phenomena or something. Oh, it's crazy what they trying to say about them now. But we gonna break it down in the scriptures, man, because all of this is just signs and talking about more signs is coming. That's that this place is coming to an end, man. This rulership of our oppressor is coming to an end. And I'm loving every minute of it. I'm loving it. Oh man, it's like the McDonald's slogan. What is the McDonald's slogan? I'm loving it. Yes, sir, I'm loving it, just like McDonald's, man. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna get it. We're gonna get into the stories. We're gonna bring it out. We're gonna bring out the scriptures on it. If anybody have any questions, this is the scripture breakdown class. You know what I'm saying? Of course, we have topics that we're gonna go over. But if you have any questions that you need to answer to biblically, just type it in the chat. Type it in the chat, man, and we'll get those questions answered for you. The answers that your Christian pastor won't give you. The answers that everybody wants to run away from. The answers that plague you in your everyday life. And so I run into so many people that want to dismiss this as just our opinion. This is our what we think about the scriptures and what we think the scriptures mean. Nah, man, this is proven with not only the Bible, but other archaeological and other evidence is coming out saying the exact same thing that the Isupk has been saying for years. For years, man. You understand? And shame on all you Christians that just want to dismiss it and say, well, it's just your opinion, without looking at the facts. You look at the facts of everything else. You look at the facts of, you sit there and look at verse 48 and they bring out the facts of how they think this person's the murderer. You look at our court TV and how they bring out the facts that this crime was committed. But then when it comes to the Bible, it's just your opinion. You don't look at the facts as being presented. You don't look at the evidence that shows that the real Jews are black. You don't look at the evidence that shows that what we learning in the Christian church is a bunch of malarkey. You don't look at those facts. You just count it all, dismiss it all as, one's personal opinion. Well, you're gonna see very soon. You're gonna see very soon that you should have never did that. You should have never counted these priests and prophets of the Lord as to just having their own personal opinion, man. We are not out risking our lives and foregoing time with our families and studying these scriptures and diving into this book and other books and studying ourselves and becoming approved unto the Most High. We're not doing this just to voice our opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's other things that we could be doing with our lives. But when the Most High called us to say, well, hey, come and teach, come and learn, we heard the Most High's call. Wow. And we listened and we got up in these classes. We wore all black. You understand? We humbled ourselves and we learned the truth of these scriptures. We didn't rely on some person that's just saying, oh, well, I heard a word from the Lord. Oh, I heard him say. That's so stupid just to hear somebody. You ever heard of hearsay, K out of war? You ever heard of people getting into fights and killing each other over hearsay? Hearsay won't stand up in court. Hearsay won't stand up in court. But now when you show yourself approved and you do the required studying and you have a pedigree, then that will hold up. That will stand because the evidence is there. You understand? The evidence is there. So come on, let's go to Zephaniah 2:1 first, and then we're gonna bring these stories out if there's no questions.
Yeah. So comes the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2 and verse 1. It says, gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
Gather together, O nation not desired. You understand? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man, we got to gather ourselves together.
Wow.
Before this world fall apart, man. Before this world fall apart, and the Lord sends Christ back with those 200 million angels, man. You understand? 200 million angels to that's going to destroy this place.
Wow.
Going to destroy the lifestyle that you think you live in. Everybody out here, you know, hustling and bustling, trying to get the bag and you know, trying to make it so that they can live, you know, a lavish life. Make it so that they can live this life that, you know, without no worries, and you can buy anything you want to buy and purchase anything you want to purchase, selling yourself out to the oppressor so you can be able to have some money. Meanwhile, this place is finna go up in smoke, man. This place is finna be destroyed by the hands of the Lord.
Wow.
You understand? So we got to come together. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the lost 12 tribes of Israel, and we have to join together. And if you're out there, right, and you're listening to this class, and you're saying, "Well, I'm joining. I'm together. I'm loving my neighbor." Oh, my neighbor is the one next to me. Whether that person has to be a Caucasian or whether that person's a black person, I'm loving my neighbor. That's what the Bible says. You need to get in the class.
Right.
You need to get in the class because that's your personal opinion. That's not what the Bible says. And we think that we're living our lives in this Christian church. We go in there thinking that we getting the scriptures and we really getting personal opinion. Then when we hear the real truth coming from one of these priests and prophets, we think that that's opinion. And what we've been learning is, and what we learn in the Christian church is fact. And when it's really not.
Right. It's
really not at all. You understand? The Christian church is full of opinions. You understand? The Isupk, we don't function under our own opinion. You understand? We don't interpret the scriptures according to our opinion. We interpret these scriptures according to what's been taught, what's been revealed since 1969 by these 7 heads, and passed down to Commanding General Yohana, and then passed down to you know, his generals, then his captains, then on to us, man. You understand? We have a lineage that we can trace this truth back to. You understand? We have a line that we could go back to that starts to reveal what the truth is according to the Bible. And we can trace it all the way back. We don't rely on some Negro to say, well, oh, that's you know, what it means is, what I think it means is this, or what I think it means is what I hear the Lord saying, or what I think is being brought out is this, that, and you know, that's never what the Isupk has done. We never rely on our own, you know, opinion or our own thought about some kind of topic. We go to the scriptures, man. So go ahead.
I don't know if you all heard that battle with Captain Zaryak and this Christian pastor.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember when on Creflo Dollar, he was saying how Satan wants you not to sin along them lines. Remember that?
Right.
I thought that was his nut ass, right? I thought that was just him. But his pastor that Captain Zaryak was battling said the same thing. He said to say that, he said the remission of sin is a sin. He was saying that. He was saying, like, if you think you can't sin, that's a sin. Like, what, who the hell listening to that, man?
You know who listening to a Call to War? Weak-minded Christians, man. Yeah. Weak-minded Christians that still want to get high.
Yeah.
Weak-minded Christians that still want to go vote and still want to join themselves to America, still want to smoke weed and pop Molly and get high on drugs and you know, be alcoholics, and too many people that want to join with the oppressor, want to sleep with the oppressor, loving their oppressor's woman. That's the main thing. That's the main thing about blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man, is we love the oppressor's woman. We want to get with the oppressor's woman so bad. Is that we'll forego our own heritage, man. It's loving that oppressor's woman. It's loving his drugs and his marijuana, that weed. Can't stop smoking. Can't get off that nicotine. Can't separate yourself from this society. You got to celebrate your birthday. You got to celebrate Halloween, and you got to celebrate Thanksgiving and Christmas and the 4th of July. You can't put down these holidays. You can't stop eating that pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster. You can't put away the little things that the Bible says to put away to become righteous. That's who's listening to this cat talking about to want to not sin is to sin. If you're studying what the laws of the Most High is so you won't sin, that's a sin. Who, man, shut up. Right. That don't even make any sense. Right. It only makes sense to wicked Negroes, to wicked Hispanics, to wicked Native Indians, man. It only makes sense to people who want to stay wicked. And that's what we learn in the truth from day one. You come into this truth and you hear that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the real Jews. Oh man, it's so liberating. It's so liberating, and you immediately get happy. You like, what? Man, black people are the real Jews. So we and then it starts to become clear that this earth is oppressive the way it is to us because we're the ones that can't find out who we are. We're the ones that can't find out that we're the righteous ones on the planet. We're the ones that they're trying to hold this truth back from. And then your eyes get open. And then you realize that, oh man, all of this smoke and mirrors, all of this BET and twerking, that's what's going on with our sisters. All this drug dealing and getting the bag and shooting each other and all these songs about, you know, I bust the cap and bust this gun and you know, we bust a gun and we ain't scared and we fight you, beat you, kill you. All this stuff to indoctrinate our brothers is just all in the whole scheme of things to keep black people oppressed. You understand? Black man go on his job and it's his boss's, you know, it's his boss's utter desire just to oppress him and just make his life hard, not give him the pay he deserves. You know what I'm saying? To constantly emasculate him. Then in the Christian church, it's the Christian church job to make every brother feel like he's too aggressive. He needs to shave his face and be clean-faced and be clean. Don't be a nigga. Don't be a nigga. So it's such a, oh, I don't like that word. Stop using that word. What, nigga? Nigga? Stop using the word nigga. When if you get into these scriptures, you find out it just means black. Right. So you want to stop being black. All of that is to employ. It's just a ploy to keep black people in the state that they're in the sleep state that they're in. And you realize this, and you realize that all of this is because of me. It's because of me. And then some of us turn, some of us come into this school and they say, teach me, let me get it all black. Some sisters come into this school and let me wrap my head up. Let me put on a more suitable, modest dress. And let me come up in this class and learn. But then some of us go, oh, that's just your opinion. Yeah. We have to love everybody. And the only way we're going to get anywhere is to love our neighbor as ourselves. That's the only way we're gonna be able to live, and the Lord is gonna be happy with us if we just learn how to just love one another, which is so is so Christian. It's so Christian, and it's so wrong when America ain't loving their neighbors. America is the planet Earth. We should be wanting to be friends with the people in space, right? If there was a neighbors out there, which most people think that we're not alone in the universe, shouldn't we want to be friends? Shouldn't there be a big old welcome? Should we start building a welcome sign in the ocean so they can see it from the stars? So all the people that's coming in these chariots and these spacecraft can see it and say, oh well, Earth wants us to welcome. Earth is welcoming us. Let's go see. Let's go be make friends. Nah. They built the Space Force, man. They built the Space Force to go fight whatever's coming from space. They ain't trying to be friends. They ain't trying to love everybody. So why are blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians trying to love everybody? What? Why are we so stuck on loving everybody when the oppressor, the one that rules this earth, the one that rules this country, let's say this country, the back of your money says, "In God we trust." So the ones that's ruling on this country, who blacks and Hispanics think that is our friend, they don't even love everybody. So why should we? You understand? Go ahead and pull up that first article for us, Chaotic War. The one where the one say he like pegging. He skip up the one. The homosexual boy, the one from the Black Ink crew. He said ain't nothing wrong. He said ain't nothing wrong with the bedroom. This is America 101 right here. This is the LG community. This is the LGBTIUICQ community right here, where he said he likes to date dominant women because the dominant women gonna be into pegging. Oh Lord, mercy! Yikes! Exactly, Chaotic Water. It's a perfect word that I'm looking for. Yikes.
Just like it's a video?
No, it's just a picture. This is up so they can read it and know that this brother here is from the Black Ink crew.
Yeah. So like I'm reading it. He says ain't no rules in the bedroom. There's rules in my bedroom.
Right.
Man,
right. Ain't no rules in the bedroom. So now you can bring animals in there too, huh? Ain't no rules. Ain't no rules then. Ain't no telling when. Hey, look, if you a female and you get with him, it ain't no telling what you gonna be privy to in that bedroom.
Yeah, it's a lot. I heard about this conversation before too. I talked to quite a few sisters that actually said that that's not gay, right? Technically, that's not gay. It's very, very, very close. If not, it's gay, man. That's gay.
Yeah, man. He likes to be penetrated.
Right.
That's gay. That is homosexual, man.
It's definitely not heterosexual.
You understand? And the one that's penetrating him, if it's a female, she has to pretend like she's a male. She has to pretend like she's male because she attaches something to her that will that mimics a male. Yeah, and you can easily pull it out. Anything pertaining to a man, if a woman wears anything pertaining to a man, that's an abomination.
What?
Yeah, hold on, let me get it for you. Deuteronomy 22:5. Deuteronomy 22:5.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22 and verse 5. It says, the woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
The woman shall not what?
Shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
She shall not what?
Wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
And when you put that strap, you wear it.
Yeah.
You wear it. Come on, man. Like, this is not hard. It's not hard to know that can I say lesbian? Can I say the LGBT woman, the community? I don't know, man. The woman that is trying to be a man in this situation, she wears a particular utensil that mimics a man.
Right.
And now he wants that woman that's wearing this particular device on herself. He wants her to come and use it on him, which is very gay.
Yeah.
Which is very playing the role of a female in this case. You have the female that's wearing something, that's wearing the strap that's pertaining to a man. You understand? That strap has something attached that's pertaining to a man, if you want to break it all the way down. And then he is doing something that pertains to a woman because he wants to be the one being entered into. He wants to play the role of a woman and for the one to be penetrated. You understand? In somewhere where the Lord did not intend for penetration to happen. That's explaining it, breaking it all the way down to the ground. You understand? You can't get no better explanation for it than that, other than to say what it really is. You understand?
And it's like,
Go ahead.
It goes to show that you don't know what this person, anybody is doing behind closed doors,
right?
And what they doing in secret. And this right here is the product of the Christian church, where no one is perfect and all of that. And, you know what I mean?
Right, and ain't no rules in the bedroom, and different all kinds of jacked up philosophy like that, man. Ain't no rules in the bedroom when the scripture says that if you wear anything, if you're a woman and you wear anything that pertains to a man, you commit an abomination. So now, the woman that's messing with him is committing an abomination. He's committing an abomination. All parties involved are committing an abomination, man.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Go ahead.
Got a precept.
This
is Romans 1:26 says,
right.
For this cause the Most High gave them up unto vile affections. For even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature.
Against nature, man.
It's against nature. Right?
It's against nature for her to put that strap on and then want to go and penetrate a man. That's against nature, man. Yeah. That's because she got to add on to herself to do it. It's against nature. Nature didn't, it's not natural for a woman to have a genitalia that a man has. That's not natural. You know what I'm saying? It's not natural to want to be penetrated like a female if you're a man. That's not natural. You know what I'm saying? But of course, you know, this society condones, you know, things like that. They condone, you know, actions like this because they want you, America pushes this lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? America pushes this lifestyle on our people. You understand? So now let's drop that and let's get a hold on one more.
Yeah, that shot out. Whoa. That story that's different.
Right.
That's
right.
wild.
Right. Yeah, it's a little different right there, right? That's crazy. Now, go to Deuteronomy 23 and 17. Deuteronomy 23 and 17.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 23 and verse 17. There shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel.
So there can't be a whore of the daughters of Israel. If you're black, Hispanic, or Native Indian, you can't be a whore. You can't do sexual favors for money. You can't do anything sexual for money. Meaning you can't strip. You can't strip. If you're a daughter of Israel, you can't be a stripper. You can't be a dancer, exotic dancer. You can't do anything that would imply sexual connotations for money. You can't do it. It's against the law. That no whores are the daughters of Israel. Go ahead.
Nor a sodomite.
Nor what?
A sodomite.
You know, sodomy is sex through the anal orifice. That's educated, right? Sex through the anal orifice. You cannot be a sodomite. You cannot participate in sodomy if you know what I'm saying. If you're a man, there's no sodomite. You can't do it. It's against the law. Go ahead.
Nor a sodomite of the sons of Israel.
Nor a sodomite of the sons of Israel. You understand? Nor a sodomite of the sons of Israel. So if you're a son of Israel and you like to participate in sodomy on yourself, you can't do it. You understand? That's why being of the LGBTQ IUIC community, that's why that's a law against that. Excuse me. It's a law against being that way because you can't do it. It says so right here in the scriptures. You can't be that way. You understand? So now, drop that. Now get me the next story on the UFO. Come on. We gonna break down this. It's a 4-minute excerpt of what this former colonel, like he gonna give his credentials. He gonna give his credentials, and you gonna know that this man he has some rank in Esau's military, and he's gonna give you the breakdown of what he, how his participation in this experiment. Go ahead.
Mr. Chairman, ranking members and congressmen, thank you. I'm happy to be here. This is an important issue and I'm grateful for your time. My name is David Charles Grush. I was an intelligence officer for 14 years, both in the U.S. Air Force, both active duty Air National Guard and Reserve at the rank of major, and most recently from 2021 to 2025, or excuse me, 2023, at the National Geospatial Intelligence Agency, NGA, at the GS-15 civilian level, which is the military equivalent of a full bird colonel. I was my agency's co-lead in unidentified anomalous phenomena and transmedium object analysis, as well as reporting to the UAP task force, UAPTF, and eventually, once it was established, the All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, ARROW. I became a whistleblower through a PPD-19 urgent concern filing in May 2022 with the Intelligence Community Inspector General. Following concerning reports from multiple esteemed and credentialed current and former military and intelligence community individuals that the U.S. government is operating with secrecy above congressional oversight with regards to UAPs. My testimony is based on information I've been given by...
Back up to the front so we say what a UAP is.
Urgent concern filing in May 2022 with the Intelligence Community Inspector General. Following concerning reports from multiple esteemed and credentialed current and former military and intelligence community individuals that the U.S. government is operating with secrecy above congressional oversight
you gotta back it up
to UAPs.
You gotta back it up.
My testimony is based on information I've been given. Mr. Chairman, ranking members and congressmen, thank you. I'm happy to be here. This is an important issue and I'm grateful for your time. My name is David Charles Grush. I was an intelligence officer for 14 years, both in the U.S. Air Force, both active duty Air National Guard and Reserve at the rank of major, and most recently from 2021 to 2025, or excuse me, 2023, at the National Geospatial Intelligence Agency, NGA, at the GS-15 civilian level, which is the military equivalent of a full bird colonel. I was my agency's co-lead in unidentified anomalous phenomena and transmedium.
Unidentified anomalous phenomenon. So it's not a UFO anymore. He was his agency's lead on unidentified anomalous phenomenon. Unidentified anomalous phenomenon. Unidentified anonymous phenomenon, UAP for short. So every time you hear him say UAP, it's saying UFO. They're not talking about, they're not saying unidentified flying objects anymore. They're naming it unidentified anomalous phenomenon. Because if you just come out and say UFOs, then you know what I'm saying, you gotta have a name to it. You gotta make it. You gotta have a name for it other than UFOs, because unidentified flying object could be anything. Like a plane that won't identify themselves is an unidentified flying object. So they have to change the name and say unidentified anomalous phenomenon, because it's a phenomenon, because these chariots, these unidentified anomalies, they're moving in ways that normal planes don't move. They're moving, they're doing things that they're pulling G's that normal planes don't pull. They're doing things that the greatest fighter jets, the F-35, cannot ever do. You understand? So they named this thing unidentified anomalous phenomenon. So go ahead.
Object analysis, as well as reporting to the UAP task force, UAPTF, and eventually, once it was established, the All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, ARROW. I became a whistleblower through a PPD-19 urgent concern filing in May 2022 with the Intelligence Community Inspector General. Following concerning reports from multiple esteemed...
He became a whistleblower, meaning he was told that, hey, look, go blow the whistle. He was told that by this general Hey man, you gotta go tell Congress. You gotta go let the government know about what's going on here. Go ahead. Back it up for a second. Back it up and then pick it up. There you go. Right there.
Resolution Office, ARROW. I became a whistleblower through a PPD 19 urgent concern filing in May 2022 with the Intelligence Community Inspector General. Following concerning reports from multiple esteemed and credentialed current and former military and intelligence community individuals that the US government is operating with secrecy above congressional oversight with regards to UAPs. My testimony is based on information I've been given by.
He was told to go tell the government that the U.S. military was conducting in secret above the congressional oversight. Congressional oversight means that there's people that's looking at, defense and everything that the government is into to make sure that this money is going towards what they say it is. If the government say we need money to make missiles, then the government gives the money, and there's an oversight committee that goes, okay, are the missiles being made? Okay, gotcha. That's an oversight committee, right? So he's saying that there was something going on above secret, even the oversight committee didn't see. Go ahead, back it up. Back it up from oversight and then keep going. No, back a little forward. Right there.
Following concerning reports from multiple esteemed and credentialed current and former military and intelligence community individuals that the US government is operating with secrecy above congressional oversight with regards to UAPs. My testimony is based on information I've been given by individuals with a long-standing track record of legitimacy and service to this country. Many of whom also have shared compelling evidence in the form of photography, official documentation, and classified oral testimony to myself and my various colleagues. I have taken every step I can to corroborate this evidence over a period of 4 years while I was with the UAP Task Force and do my due diligence on the individual sharing it. This is because of these steps, I believe strongly in the importance of bringing this information before you. I am driven by a commitment of both to truth and transparency, rooted in our inherent duty to uphold the United States Constitution and protect the American people. I'm asking Congress to hold our government to this standard and thoroughly.
He said that his interest is to tell the truth and protect the American people. So what he's discovered over these 4 years of doing this research with this UAP task force is that, hey, look, the American people need protection. They need protection from this UAP phenomenon. From this UAP phenomenon, we shouldn't be holding our hands and saying, "Come, ET, bring ET down and let's hug on him." They saying the American people need protection. That's what they said came out of war. He been doing this report for 4 years, getting testimony, getting pictures, getting verbal testimony and written testimony from people who's, coming in contact with these unidentified anomalous phenomena. And what he's saying is they ain't friendly. They didn't say, "Hey, come let us sing Kumbaya together." They are not saying let's cook by the campfire. They are posing a threat. He's coming to Congress to say, look, there's a war coming. These anomalous things, these phenomenon, we call them, the public call them UFOs, but they unidentified anomalous phenomenon. They not coming to hold hands. They coming and they posing a threat, and the the people of America, the people of America need to be protected. Go ahead. Protection of the American people.
investigate these claims. But as I stand here under oath now, I am speaking to the facts as I've been told them. In the U.S. Air Force, in my National Reconnaissance Office, NRO, reservist capacity, I was a member of the UAP Task Force from 2019 to 2021. I served at the NRO Operations Center on the Director's Briefing staff, which included the coordination of the Presidential Daily Brief and supporting variety of contingency operations, which I was the Reserve Intelligence Division Chief backup. In 2019, the UAP Task Force Director asked me to identify all special access programs and controlled access programs, also known as SAPs and CAPs, we needed to satisfy our congressionally mandated mission, and we were direct report at the time to the DepSecDef. At the time, due to my extensive executive level intelligence support duties, I was cleared to literally all relevant compartments and in a position of extreme trust, both in my military and civilian capacities. I was informed in the course of my official duties of a multi-decade UAP crash retrieval and reverse engineering program.
Pause. Stop.
To which I was denied.
He said he was exposed to a multi-decade, what kind of war play it again? Crash retrieval.
In the course of my official duties of a multi-decade UAP crash retrieval and reverse engineering program.
Crash retrieval and reverse engineering program, a multi-decade program that went into researching crash retrieval and reverse engineering of the unidentified anomalous phenomenon. Meaning, if one of these chariots had crashed, they were responsible of going and retrieving it and studying it to see how it was built. And now, if you know anything about the U.S. military, if you've seen any movies, Black Hawk Down or anything like that, if you know anything about Army, military vehicles, is that technology cannot get away. You understand? So these phenomenon that's discovered, they're destroyed. They're utterly destroyed. You understand? If no doubt, the Most High making sure that they destroy it. So they can't get the technology from it. So they trying to retrieve the bits and pieces and figure out how these things work. Reverse engineering. Engineering is the study of building something, putting something together. Like the general said, like taking this mic and, taking this mic so you can, you want to know how to amplify sound. So you study sound to build something that's going to amplify sound. You come up with a mic. Well, reverse engineering is deassembling this mic so you can see the components of it so you can build another mic. You understand? That's reverse engineering. And that's what's going on in this secret. He's revealing there's a multi-decade. They've been at this for decades trying to retrieve these crash sites, these remains from these crash sites, from these unidentified anomalous phenomenon. After they crash, they go and get them and try to reverse engineer it to see how it's made. You understand? Which, of course, the scripture even said that the so-called oppressor was going to try to fight the Lord. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna, they said that, they're doing tests all the time for, Area 51 and all these Langley, Virginia and all this stuff. They're doing these tests all the time to try to figure out how to build their own, nuclear propulsion vehicle. You know what I'm saying? They try new things out on jet propulsion and how things work, how to move, how to be able to pull these G's that these unidentified craft are pulling. Why? So they can fight the Lord. So keep going. We're going to finish this out, and then we're going to pull the scriptures on it, man.
To which I was denied access to those additional read-ons when I...
he was denied access.
I made the decision.
That multi-decade research, he tried to go in there and get it. And they said, no. This is as far as you go. That's as far as you go. Now, you can tell them about, we got down here doing this. You can tell them about how long it's been going on. You can give them the testimonies of people that then came across these things. But you can't see what's actually down here. That's beyond your clearance. You ain't clear. You don't have the top tier clearance to see what's going on. Go ahead.
Based on the data I collected to report this information to my superiors and multiple inspectors general, and in effect becoming a whistleblower. As you know, I've suffered retaliation for my decision, but I am hopeful that my actions will ultimately lead to a positive outcome of increased transparency. Thank you, and I'm happy to answer your questions.
You know what I'm saying?
This
so
game,
now it's just come to Congress
you're
and
not
say,
ready
look,
for it.
these unidentified anomalous phenomenon is real. There's been a multi-decade program to break it down. There's been a task force created, a UAP task force that goes out and retrieves the fragments of the crash sites. Then when he tries to go down and say, well, okay, well, you've been retrieving crash sites. You've been retrieving it. Okay, well, let's see what part of the ship you got. Hey, nah. You don't have Area 51 clearance into the basement. You know what I'm saying? You stop it right here. So he became a whistleblower. He had to come out and he had to start saying, what he witnessed. You know what I'm saying? He was a whistleblower on purpose. So he can come out and show everybody that, look, now the Congress needs to kick in action. You need to get in action and you need to start investing money. Release that money so we can start to get more research done so we can reverse engineer this aircraft here, because these people, the American people, need protection. That's what he was saying. Now, when they go and they try to figure out whether to approve this or not, they're going to bring up the fact that this whistleblower said that the American people needs protection. And this is not just for, kicks and giggles. They're just not trying to build this aircraft just to be building something, to have something to go do research in space. You understand? This is not for research. This is not just to get them into space so they can dock at the space station and do their research and let it all be fine. This is so they can go and war in space, because this threat that's coming, this phenomenon that's coming, is not friendly, and the American people need protection. So how do you protect the American people from an unidentified anomalous phenomenon? How do you do that, Chaotic War? You have to build an unidentified anomalous phenomenon. Yeah. That's the only way. You know what I'm saying? How do you protect yourself from a man with a gun? Chaotic War.
Get yourself.
That it is. That's more. You know what I'm saying? That's more along the lines of it. You got to get a gun. You got to get that same weaponry so you can fight with one of your own. That's what this man is telling Congress. This man is telling Congress, look, we need our own unidentified anomalous phenomenon so we can fight the anomalous phenomenon that's coming. That's from all my research that's been gathered. This thing ain't coming for peace. This thing is coming to wage war. He's posing a threat to the American way of life. And that's exactly what the scriptures say. That's exactly what these scriptures say. He's just following, he's just confirming what the prophecy is in the first place, man. You understand? Come on, go to Ezekiel 1. Ezekiel 1 and 16.
It's the book of Ezekiel, chapter 1, verse 16. The appearance of the wheels and their work was like unto the color of a beryl.
Now, hold on just a second. Skip, I think, of verse 15. Go to 15.
Verse 15. Now, as I beheld the living creatures, behold, one wheel upon the earth by the living creatures with its 4 faces. Verse 16.
So now Ezekiel is talking about how he witnessed. I tell you what, is it verse 1? It starts to say about he saw the creatures that they had 4 faces out of the midst. Is that verse 1 or is it verse 5?
Verse 5.
Well, start at verse 5.
Comes the book of Ezekiel, chapter 1 and verse 5. Or you want where it says a whirlwind?
Right.
Verse 4. And I looked, and behold, a whirlwind came out of the north.
So Ezekiel is looking, and he's outside, and he's looking up, and a whirlwind come out of the north. Meaning this unidentified anomalous phenomenon is coming out of the north, and it's generating dust. It's generating dust, and it's generating dirt. And if you know something in the air that's generating a lot of power, things start to whirlwind. Things starts to whip in a tunnel, so to speak. And that's what he's seeing. Go ahead.
A great cloud.
A great cloud. So he's seeing the out of the north. He's seeing the unidentified anomalous phenomenon breaking the clouds, and it's coming with so much force and creating so much wind drag that it's starting to form whirlwinds underneath it, around it. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. It's starting to break the clouds and form whirlwinds around it as it's breaking the clouds. Go ahead.
And a fire enfolding itself.
And a fire enfolding itself. Just think about how the movies depict something breaking into the earth's atmosphere, how it catches on fire, and you see the fire, and you from the ground you see the cloud, and you see a fire. You see a fire folding up around what's breaking through the clouds. He's describing how these unidentified anomalous phenomena are going to be breaking into the clouds. He's just describing one. Well, imagine when Christ comes back, you're going to see many. You're going to see many of them, and all of them going to be breaking the earth's atmosphere. But breaking the earth's atmosphere, you got to break through that firmament, and breaking through the firmament causes friction, and that friction will cause that fire to be unfolding itself. Just look at Independence Day. All you got to look at any alien invasion movie, and these movies are great with the CGI because they're getting the description right out of the Bible, man. Go ahead.
And a brightness was about it.
A brightness was about it. A brightness was around it, because you understand it's got lights, and it's got identifying markers on it, and it has to be identified, or it has to be it has to have lights because it's flying through the darkness of space. You understand? Go ahead.
And out of the midst thereof, as the color of amber. Out of the midst of the fire. Verse 5. Also out of the midst thereof came the likeness of 4 living creatures.
Right. So now the amber was the color of this fire, because is the fire that's unfolding around it is an amber color, and then out of this vehicle, the vehicle opens up, and these creatures come out of it. So now skip down to verse 16.
verse 16. Oh, it's like verse 15.
15.
Now, as I beheld the living creatures, behold, one wheel upon the earth by the living creatures with its 4 faces. Verse 16, the appearance of the wheels and their work was like unto the color of a barrel.
Meaning these wheels, when these round, he's describing the circumference or the shape of the unidentified anomalous phenomenon. After they went back in their vehicle and they started to take off, they left a green trail. That's the working of this wheel. It leaves a green trail because it's nuclear propulsion. Nuclear is always green. Nuclear is always leaves green trails. Green, you know what I'm saying? Gamma radiation is always green. That's why when the Incredible Hulk came out, that's why he was green.
Yeah.
Because he was soaked up full of gamma radiation.
Wow.
Nuclear power leaves a trail of green. That's why that's why the spaceships, you know what I'm saying, is always leave a green trail behind them, or always have some green light glowing around them, because that's the workings of this nuclear propulsion that has been mastered by the Most High. You understand? That the so-called oppressor is trying to master. Go ahead. Is that end of verse 17? Keep going.
And they 4 had one likeness, and their appearance and their work was as it were a wheel in the middle of a wheel.
So the appearance of these unidentified anomalous phenomenon was a wheel in the middle of a wheel, meaning you had lights around, but then you had lights on the inside. So you had a wheel in the middle of a wheel. You understand? So, and the workers, all 4 of them was green like the barrel. Go ahead.
Their work was as it were a wheel in the middle of a wheel. Verse 17. When they went upon their 4 sides, and they turned not when they went.
Meaning they went on their 4 sides, meaning front, back, side to side. Went on their 4 sides. They didn't turn like this. They didn't turn like a car. They wanted to go right, they just went right. They wanted to go left, you know what I'm saying? They just went left. You understand? They didn't have to make a turn. They just went backwards and forwards. They mastered that propulsion system to where they could just move in any direction. And that's what the U.S. military is trying to mimic right now, Chaotic War. They're trying to make a vehicle that can do the same thing. So they're trying to master that propulsion, that jet propulsion, that nuclear propulsion. They're trying to reverse engineer these craft that they found, thinking that they're going to be able to reverse engineer it to see how it's made so they can make another one on their own. Is that end of verse 17?
Okay.
All right. Now go to Isaiah 66. Isaiah 66. And start at verse 15.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 66 and verse 15.
Oh, Salakia. My bad. I needed to go back to Ezekiel. Read the 22nd verse. Read 1 and 22. Salakia.
Comes book of Ezekiel, chapter 1 and verse 22. And the likeness of the firmament upon the heads of the living creature was as the color of the terrible crystal, stretched forth over their heads above.
So over top of the ship was open. It was a clear glass dome over top. Oh, okay, man, that's something. You see a big old spaceship, right? You see a spaceship, and over top of it, it's just clear crystal dome over top. So you see everybody that's in there. You see all the workings of it. You see people looking out at, you know what I'm saying? And normally it's just like the little bubble over the space over the fighter jet. When the canopy closed down, it's clear. It's just like that. But imagine if this is a big old, you got a big old spaceship, right? That clear like that, man. That's something to see, man.
And
go ahead.
And Salak, and it shows too how the oppressor steals everything. What we just read,
right?
What they show in the movie, the flying saucers, you know what I mean, all that with it says a wheel in the middle of a wheel,
right?
It's the depiction we've been seeing our whole lives in Hollywood and entertainment, and it's written right here in this Bible.
Right here in the scriptures, man. Right here in the scriptures, and you can see that Seattle Tower. Remember Men in Black, that Seattle Tower that looks like it, and they actually turned it into a spacecraft on the movie. They said it was an old spacecraft that had crashed years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, America knows that this place is going to be invaded by spacecraft coming from outer space, and they've been trying to get the technology and get the money up so they could build their own, but now it's a push. Now it's coming out. Now they don't care. Now the Congress, they don't care if you know about, the unidentified phenomenon. They don't know. They don't care now. Donald Trump didn't care if you made a Space Force. Pull up the Space Force symbol. Pull up the Space Force symbol, man. Donald Trump did not care if you knew that there was a Space Force and that he was going to be heading, you know what I'm saying? Like, America was going to be, the ones heading the fight in space. That was, Donald Trump was proud of it. Like he was proud of the new Hummer or the new Lexus or the new smart car or the new electric car that's coming out. You understand? Nah, that's the Space Force, the symbol for the Space Force. Go up. That's right there where it says space.
Right there.
The blue, yeah, come. See if we can find a better one, but that Space Force symbol symbolizes how America wants to. America is over the whole world, and now it's going to take over space. Now it's going to take over space as well. That one right there. That one. See, over. Yeah. Yep. That's the one. That's the one right there. That's the emblem of the Space Force. Right. That's the one that America uses. That's the one that America uses, and it's so depicting of America because if you look at Revelations, this place is Sodom and Egypt. You understand? So it's only befitting that America uses like an Egyptian god over America, because America is Egypt, is the land of bondage. So now it's got an Egyptian god over the whole world, over the earth, and then it's got them going up to take over the stars. You see, it's got this star up there. Now they're going to take over the star. Got him looking like they got the Egyptian god looking toward the star, like, yeah, now we're gonna take over the stars. We took over, we over the earth. Now we're gonna be over the stars. You see what I'm saying? That's what's going on here in America. And America ain't ashamed of it. They ain't trying to keep it under wraps no more. They ain't trying to keep it hidden that there's an agenda to go fight a force in space. World War III is happening right now, and it's going to turn into a galactic battle with Christ and 200 million angels. You understand? World War III is going on right now. It's gonna come to a height, and then Christ is gonna come back and crack the sky, and everybody is gonna stop that fighting, and they're gonna all get together to fight the Most High, just like Independence Day. You had those ships they docked all over the world, and America clipped up and joined forces with all forces all over the world to go fight those ships that come out of the sky, they come out of space, and they put their differences aside. The Chinese and you know what I'm saying, put their differences aside with America. The Arabs put their differences aside with America. The Africans put their differences aside with America, and they clipped up together to fight what was coming from outer space. But this time, it ain't no movie. Right. This ain't no movie. In a movie, you can make the hero be the oppressor. And yeah, in real life, yeah, the Lord said this place is gonna be done in an hour. You know what I'm saying? Now go to Zechariah 5. The Lord said this place is gonna be leave the Space Force up there. You can leave it up there. You know what I'm saying? This place is gonna be done in an hour, man. In 1 hour, it's gonna take Christ and those 200 million angels that conquer this place, destroy this place, and subdue it. You understand? And I can't wait. Right. I can't wait for that day to come, man. I can't wait for that day to come, because the oppressor's destruction is blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians' liberation, man. You got to understand that this earth and this society being destroyed is our freedom, man. Right. It's our freedom from this captivity, man. And we got lame, I don't know what you call them, man. I don't know what you call them, sleep Negroes that still think we in America and we not under captivity, man. We're not under the boot heel of a nation that is killing us left and right, and we think, some of us think, that the answer is still loving them, man, when we haven't tried loving ourselves. We have not tried. That's the one thing we have not tried. We have not tried totally coming out of this Christian church. I mean, totally, man. Shut down every Christian church to where the Christian church don't even have drums and organ players in there no more, man. Get them drums and that organ out the Christian church. Come out of the Christian church and all that love that we try to give everybody else, give it to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Wow. Just give it to us for once. Just try it once, man. All these big-headed women out here that's claiming that you gotta love everybody, just shut your mouth once. Just shut your mouth for just a little bit. And let black people love only black people. Hispanic and Native Indian people, man. Let blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians come together and love one another for once. We still got blacks and Hispanics that won't speak to each other. You still got Hispanic parents that get mad if their daughter come home with a black son, with a black man. Almost like they white. Almost like they Caucasian, man. Like, when that happens, man, we should be rejoicing. When black and brown comes together, we should be rejoicing, man. But nah, we still gotta fight. We still gotta fight the indoctrination of the oppressor, which says that Hispanics are different than us black people. When we both the same, we both a conquered nation. When it's saying that Native Indians are different than the Hispanics, when we're all the same. Right. We're all conquered nations, man. When it's saying that the Haitians are different than the Cubans. They fighting one another left and right. You find a Haitian won't go over on the Cuban side, and they sitting right next there on the same damn continent.
DR,
Dominican Republic, Salakia.
On the same piece of
on the same piece of land, getting oppressed by the same by the same oppressor that speak a different language. You understand? You got the DR being oppressed by the Spaniards, and you got the Haitians being oppressed by the French.
Right.
Two different groups of white people that's getting rich off of those two countries, man. And we still don't know that we the same. Even the Dominican Republic, man. Even the Dominican, even Dominicans come over here and you know, if I haven't seen it, I haven't seen where Dominicans think they black. I haven't seen where the Hispanics think they black.
It's a lot. So I was a baby up in New York, right? You can see a Dominican, you would think they black, but they just start speaking Spanish.
Right.
And they Dominican. And
right.
They hated to be referred to as Puerto Rican, and Puerto Ricans hated to be
referred to as Dominican.
Yeah, it was something serious back in the mid-90s.
It still is. It still is. It still is, because I worked with a couple of Hondurans, and when you call them Mexicans, oh boy, they damn near would cuss you out, because they don't want to be considered the same in the same vicinity, or they don't want to be considered Mexican when we all the same. We coming from all the same nation, man. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead and read that for me.
Comes the book of Zechariah, chapter 5 and verse 1. Then I turned and lifted up mine eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll.
So now the way Jeremiah Hyman explained it, like it's a roll. Like if you could imagine this scroll is a roll, and you know, if you really look at these conspiracy theories, these UFO sightings, you can see some cigar shape unidentified flying objects, man, where they shape like they round just like this. They round just like this bottle, and they long, or you know what I'm saying? And they flying and they moving. They moving through the air. You don't know where the propulsion's coming from. You don't know where the jets is coming from. But they moving through the air. And that's what Zechariah. Now we moved from Ezekiel. Ezekiel had his encounter with the unidentified anomalous phenomenon. Now Zechariah has his encounter with the unidentified anomalous phenomenon. Go ahead.
Come, verse 2. And he said unto me, what seest thou?
Now, this is the Most High speaking to Zechariah. He said, look, now, because us as brothers and sisters, when we see something like that in the sky, we start to question, like, is this real?
Whoa.
The Most High asked Zechariah, what you see? What you looking at? And Zechariah answered him. Go ahead.
And I answered, I see a flying roll.
He said he see a flying roll, man. A flying roll just flying through the air. Amazing. Go ahead.
The length thereof is 20 cubits.
He said it's 20 cubits, which is basically a foot. He said it's 20 feet long. Go ahead.
And the breadth thereof 10 cubits.
And it's 10 feet wide. You understand? So now if you can imagine a ship that's, of course, in the basketball court go 10 feet off the ground now. 9.5, 10 feet.
10 feet.
Okay, so just imagine a basketball, a ship, a flying roll that's two basketball goal lengths. How high a basketball goal is? That's about 10 feet off the ground. So it's two of those long, and is one basketball goal high off the ground wide. So it's 10 feet wide. Big, but not that big. Big enough. Big enough, right? But just imagine it's a road now. It's a road. This road is 10 feet wide. It's 20 feet long. You know what I'm saying? 20 feet off the ground, standing straight up is pretty high off the ground. But that's how long it is. You know what I'm saying? So now this is a pretty big ship. Seeing it float through the air and nothing's guiding or nothing's, you know, he haven't seen. Now this is the time when we were others now. Nothing's supposed to be in the air. Not nothing. You understand? No, nothing but birds. Nothing but birds is supposed to be in the air. I think this is before man started hang gliding. You know what I'm saying? This is before any flight, anything. He sees a roll flying through the air. Goodness gracious. Amazing. Keep going.
Verse 3. Then said he unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth.
This is the curse. It's a curse, meaning it didn't come for peace. The UN man was right. The whistleblower was right. He's confirming what the Most High confirmed in the scriptures to Zechariah. He confirmed this to Zechariah in the Old Testament. He said, this is the curse. This ain't the friendly thing. This ain't the thing that's going to pass out hugs and kisses. This is the curse, meaning this is the punishment. Go ahead.
For every one that stealeth shall be cut off, as on this side according to wit.
Everyone that stealeth shall be what?
Cut off, as on this side according to wit.
According to this thing right here, this flying roll, if you get caught stealing, every man that stealeth is going to be cut off according to this. According to how this so-called flying roll sees to judge you, whether it spits fire out its nose or whether it kills you with a laser or however it deems to cut you off, that's how it's going to cut you off. You understand? And now, Salakia, give me Exodus 21 and 16.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 21 and verse 16.
And remember that Zechariah was told way back in the Old Testament, thousands of years ago, that flying roll is a curse, is a punishment for the ones who steal. You understand? For the ones who steal, this is that curse. Now, don't think about stealing pieces of candy. Think about stealing on a large scale. Think about stealing on a very large scale. Don't dumb it down to very, small, minute things, stealing a piece of candy or you go and you steal a dress out of Macy's. You understand? The so-called oppressor got punishments for that. You understand? You steal out of Macy's, you going to jail. That's it. But think like this. Think like the Bible, where the Bible says this scripture right here. Think like this. Go ahead.
It's the book of Exodus, chapter 21 and verse 16. And he that stealeth a man.
And he that what?
Stealeth a man.
He that what?
Stealeth a man.
So if you steal a man, like the so-called oppressor has stolen men, built this place called America, this hellhole we call America, stolen men and women and children. Go ahead.
And selleth him.
You still a man, and you put him on an auction block for sale. Something that doesn't belong to you, but you stole him. You stole him. Just remember that flying roll is coming for you. That's why the UN has to have this whistleblower. They gotta make some protection for the people of America. And when you're talking about the people of America, you're not talking about blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You're talking about all these descendants of these slave masters, man. He's talking about descendants of slave masters need to be protected. That's who he's talking about. He's not talking about Toucan. He ain't talking about UK out of war. He ain't talking about an old nigga like Abraham. He ain't talking about an old nigga like me. He talking about the American people, the Donald Trumps. You understand? The Goldman Sachs, the GMs. He's talking about all these rich folk and that got rich off the transatlantic slave trade. Right. All their descendants, all their cousins that's benefiting from white privilege. They need protection. Let me tell you something. Those flying rolls ain't coming for me. You understand? They're not coming to wage war against me or black people. They coming to free us. I'm trying to hitch a ride on one of them. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get on one of them. I'm trying to get beamed up. Beam me up, Scotty. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Beam me up. I'm gonna be right there with my bottle of Doers. You know what I'm saying? They probably got something way better than Doers up there. I'm looking to get up there. I'm looking to, get beamed up, me and my family, get out of war. You know what I'm saying? Get to see my Katazar. Hey, look, we gonna be up there while this place get destroyed, man. Right. While we tell you Christians, I told you so. Right. It'll be too late then. This is the curse. No, he that stilleth the man, go ahead.
And he that stilleth a man and selleth him, or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death.
Hey, man, that's the Most High. That's the Most High telling you what happens as a punishment, as a curse of when you steal a man. And how is he going to do it? He's going to do it with these flying rolls, man. He's going to do it with these unidentified, anomalous phenomenon that's coming out of the sky that Ezekiel and Zechariah talked about. And Isaiah saw them too, man. That's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. And everybody that's on the earth living, partying, while you LGBTQIUIC, while y'all pegging, the Lord is coming back. You understand? The Lord is coming back. And he's sending Christ with those 200 million angels to come not be peaceful. Like the man from the UN, that whistleblower said, look, the American people gonna need protection. Congress release that money so we can reverse engineer these craft. You understand? Release that money so we can reverse engineer these unidentified, anomalous phenomenon, so we can see how they made, so we can make our own. So when this scourge comes, so when the sky cracks, and we think it's Independence Day, we'll have some sort of defense to come back with. We'll have some kind of protection to offer the American Caucasian society. So we won't be defenseless against these unidentified phenomena, because they coming. They coming. His 4-year extensive study showing that they're coming. You understand? They're coming, and they ain't coming for peace. You know what I'm saying? They ain't coming for peace. Christ said, give me Matthew 10 and 34 real quick. Out of Christ's own mouth. We'll read it out of Christ's own mouth, man.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 10 and verse 34. Think not that I am come to send peace on earth.
Christ said, don't think he's coming to send peace on earth. He didn't come to send peace on earth when he came the first time. So now you know he coming back. He said he didn't come to send peace on earth. Go ahead.
I came not to send peace, but a sword.
He came not to send peace, but a sword. A sword is used to wage war, man. Back then, that was the weapon of choice. Back then, a sword was the weapon of choice. When he come down, he didn't have to come down with unidentified anomalous phenomenon. He didn't have to wage war that way. He just brought his sword, and that was it. Where times have progressed, so-called oppressor has advanced in his knowledge in jet propulsion and flight. And now what's needed to fight him on his level is an aerial assault that can withstand his aerial assault, which he's trying to get on the same level as the angels, but he'll never make it. He'll never make it, man. And Christ said, don't think he's coming to send peace on earth, but a sword, man. He's coming to wage war against those who harmed his people, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. And that has been what the Isupk has been saying since 1969. Right. The Congress just revealing it now is old news to us. It may be new to you. It may be new to the world. And it slid up under the radar how they secretly just acknowledged that UFOs was real and that they needed American people to be protected from them. It just slid it under the rug now. It's supposed to be breaking news. It's supposed to be bing, 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 bing. It's supposed to be still airing. That was 2 weeks ago. It's supposed to be still airing on the news right now saying, look, hey, UFOs are real. UFOs are real. UFOs are real. Every day it's supposed to be UFOs are real. Nah, they try to slide it up under the rug. Try to mask it, try to make us think that, it's just normal Congress talk. You know what I'm saying? But unidentified anomalous phenomena are real. And they not coming to send peace on earth. They coming to wage war. And guess what? It's for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. It's not because there's somebody trying to conquer the earth. Or that, it is conquering the earth, but it ain't because, another group of white people trying to battle white people. It's not the little green men wanting to come and steal the earth's resources and populate the earth with little green people. Sure. Nah, it's a black man bringing forth the rule of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. Clap it up. It's a black man in them ships that's coming, and he's going to set the rulership of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. And we're going to rule up under this man called Christ, Yahweh Shah Mashiach. We're going to rule up under him, man. And it's going to be, and the world will be a much better place. Right. You understand? With that, pass the class over to Priest and Officer K out of war.
It's Isupk security announcements. We got an Isupk under Commander General Yohana. Started out at 1 West, 125th Street Hall, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They're here to share themselves with the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After the 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Thurs, which is a commandment. Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8-10. means 10th in the Hebrew. Mayashara, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocation.
Upcoming holy convocation is Memorial Blowing of Trumpets. It begins the first day of the 7th month at sundown. It's Friday, September the 15th. I'm pretty sure it'll be hosted here, right? It'll be hosted here in the Charlotte school. If you need to know directions, you want directions, come in and join us here for the feast of the Memorial Blowing of Trumpets. It's going to be Friday, September the 15th. All you got to do is Google ISUPK Kannapolis. You understand? We'll be, we'll be announcing it over and over every week. Please come and join us, man. Take that short drive. Come on out to Kannapolis. Come and join us. If you're in the Charlotte area, 20 minutes drive. You know what I'm saying? All surrounding areas, Matthews, Shelby, all these surrounding areas, Concord, I think where else? Gastonia, all these surrounding areas in here by Charlotte. Come out. You're invited if you're Black, Hispanic, Native Indian. Again, it's the Memorial Blowing of Trumpets. It's Friday, September the 15th, and you can find that in Leviticus chapter 23, verse 24 through 25.
If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black: boot, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. And with that, Amadium, which means everybody stand in the Hebrew. Wapon Yah HaKodam, which means everybody turn and face the east. We're going to say the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanaw, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Malakufka, Laba'ah, Ratzaka, Hayah, Aisha, Ba'arataza, Kawa, Hayah, Bashemayim, Nathanaw, Lakam, Kad, Jawan, Rasalak Lanaw, Kabawaf Now, Kasalak Now, Kabawaf Yanaw, Wala'ah, Tabyah Now, Banasaya Wan, Abal, Hawashai Now, Mayan, Ra, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Wa'ala, Wa'atapara, La'ai Walam, Aman.
In the English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. So be it.
Saw, which means turn. Sister Yeshua, which means be seated. Men of Israel saw. Men of Israel give one courteous salute to the teacher. Men of Israel, Ma'at Shabbat, Amadim, Barak, Yah Bashem Shukatah. Sister Amadim, which means stand. Men of Israel saw. Men of Israel give one courteous salute to the sister. Men of Israel, Ma'at Shabbat, Amadim, Barak, Yah Shema, Tha Bashem Yahushua. Yah Yamatah, class is mid.